Hello, I'm Jade, and this is my Coco co-host, Miriam.
Did you say Coco?
No. On to today's top stories.
On today's show, we'll be talking about the JEDC Summit, as well as the final
weekend of Spamalot. Please be sure to
go see that. It's impeccably
wonderful. You have to go see it.
No one asked you. Anyway, you have to go see it.
And we have a story on bus passes. A certain special dance team went to nationals, I hear, so you can get the juice on that as well.
Boys basketball versus Ketchikan, girls basketball versus Thunder Mountain,
as well as hockey.
The weekend weather and sports.
Coming up on JDTV News.
Welcome, everyone. This is
JDTV News.
Anyway, as you heard before, we have a special portion of our Crimson Bear family on their way to Florida. Is that right, Jade?
That's right. Hey, everyone ignoring the screen in the comments right now, listen up. The JDHS dance team is competing this week at Nationals in Florida. They are staying and performing inside Disney World, and the entire resort is being rented out on the 3rd of February just for the teams. Juneau has never won Nationals, and this is a really big deal, so try not to be too jealous.
Yes, super duper exciting. In fact, it's so exciting that we're moving on so certain people don't pass out on television. That would be embarrassing for that person. So changing the subject, for all of you city bus riders, you can now buy bus passes for February. Passes cost just $12 for students and can be purchased at the treasurer's office in the municipality building, the Mendenhall Mall Public Library, Fred Meyer's, as well as the attendance office right here in JDHS.
Also, for all you girls out there, if you were interested in the Girls on Ice program, make sure you submit applications and reference letters online today. This is the last day you can do so. The team chosen to hike glaciers in Fairbanks will be leaving on June 20th, and the team chosen to hike the North Cascades will be leaving to Washington, on July 28th.
The JEDC Innovation Summit happened last Wednesday and Thursday this week. The Innovation Summit is a gathering of community leaders interested in forming better solutions to further the economy of the Southeast. The forum promotes collaboration across sectors and industries and delivers new ideas and perspectives from in and out of Alaska.
Course selection is coming up, and we have a piece on that here for you. So if you're a junior, I would pay attention if I were you.
Where do I go?
Yes, you.
The nights that we have coming up for students to select their classes for next school year, for the 2014-2015 school year. So what happens is each week we have Wednesday and Thursday nights. From 5:30 is when it starts, and it's generally over by 7 o'clock. In our library, students come, our counselors are there, administration is there, counseling office staff, different staff members are there just to help you select your classes for next year.
So we hope that slice of information was most helpful to you. To the wonderful Spamalot production, including actors from 3 different schools. Please note that the Spamalot's last few shows are tonight and tomorrow. If you missed the opening weekend, then this is your last chance to see the hysterical production. We go to Calvin with more.
Thanks, Jade. As we said on the show last week, Spamalot is the first production with all 3 high schools working together and is not something you should miss. There's a show tonight at 7, and then there's 2 more shows tomorrow, 1 at 2 and 1 final show again at 7. The show itself is based upon Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the classic take on the King Arthur myth, and it's probably one of the most quoted movies ever. The musical adaptation is sure to be hilarious and is probably free of sudden animator deaths. That's all from me. Back to you, Jade.
Thanks, Calvin. There are some very exciting things going on with sports. This past few days, but that handy information isn't my job to give out. Let's go to the expert. Keegan?
Thanks, Jade, but I'm not much of an expert. Anyway, the last few weeks, on Friday, the girls' basketball team played Thunder Mountain in the Thunderdome. The girls' JV team warmed up in time for their game at 4:30. It was an interesting game from the start. Both teams were doing their best, but of course, only one team could win. They both put up a strong fight, but the battle had to come to an end. The game was close until the 4th quarter. In the last minutes of the game, JD girls set up their offense and put up a couple shots to win the game with a final score of 18-15. for the Bears, that is. Moving on to hockey, JD played against the Monroe Rams on both Friday and Saturday at the Treadwell Arena. JD won on Friday with a score of 3-0, and on Saturday with a score of 5-3. Well, that's pretty much it for sports results this week. Back to our wonderful hosts.
Thanks, Keegan. Like I said, lots going on as usual. Now let's take a look at what's going on here in a few days. Surely some exciting things. Ooh, today at 4:30, our boys basketball C team plays Ketchikan, and then at 6:15, JV boys basketball will be playing Ketchikan as well.
Tomorrow, Spamalot will be performing at 2 and 7 p.m. in the JDHS auditorium. Also, the boys basketball C team will be playing Ketchikan again at 4:30 p.m. Tough choice. Monday, there's a site council meeting in the JDHS library from 5 to 7 p.m.
Rising Junior Course Selection Night is Wednesday, February 5th from 5:30 to 7:30 in the JHS library for people whose last names are in the first half of the alphabet. For those with their last names in the second half of the alphabet, there is a class selection night on Thursday, same time, same place.
Saturday, February 8th is the talent show in the JDHS auditorium from 7 to 9 p.m. Also, the boys basketball plays Service High School at 8 p.m. in the JDHS gym.
So, yep, as I said before, very exciting here inside JDHS. Let's take a look at what's going on outside. We're going to weather with Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard with this weekend's weather. This Friday, we have highs of 36 and lows of 29. Also, on Saturday, we have highs of 36 and lows of 29. And for this Sunday, we have highs of 36 and lows of 28. And finally, let's take a look at the Eagle Crest webcam this morning. There are some low snow levels at Eagle Crest, but it looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend up there above any fog that may develop down lower. That's it for weather. Back to you, Miriam.
Thanks, Richard. It doesn't look like the best snow for skiing, but at least the roads are going to be clear. Maybe take a walk in the park, or go for a hike, or bike riding, or swinging, or,
Well, sadly, that's all the time we have for today. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter at JDTV News.
Also, be sure to visit our website at jdhsvideo.org and keep up with the show. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
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 Bye.
Goodbye.